You got me? How do I sound? Okay. No static? Okay. Okay. 1 minute. Okay. All right. And you'll just randomly play those, or they'll just randomly play when I hit the F2, right? Right. Got it. But it's the commercial's got to finish. Will said, right? Okay. All right. Well, we got. Go ahead. Okay. Right. Right. All right. All right. We got school board says 3:54. Of course, first pitch is at 4 o'clock. So let me know in about a minute. Are you going to run a commercial and then we'll go, or what you want to do? Okay. All right. Give me about. Let's go in 1 minute and then run that. Okay. Because I got an umpire meeting now. All right. Thanks. All right. And then after the intro, I go. Okay. Sounds good.
And now, here are your West Alabama Tigers. In right field, John Mitchell. In center field, Colton Peoples. In left field, Kyle Vogler. At first base, Jake Nemeth. At second base, Houston Kitterman.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tart Field. Janet Montgomery here on the call, substituting in for Will Atkinson, who's out of town this weekend. First game of the triple header between your West Alabama Tigers and Auburn-Montgomery Warhawks. Tigers come into the contest today with a record of 3-7, 1-2 in Gulf South Conference play.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Auburn-Montgomery, 4-9 overall and 2-1 in Gulf South Conference play. We're going to take a short break, let you guys hear the national anthem, and be right back with you. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to. I didn't press it at all. I was just going to let the national anthem play through my mic, but I can't hear. That's okay. That's okay. I can't hear myself anyway because the cord doesn't work right. So that's no worries. We got it. It's almost done. So as soon as, can you hear the national anthem right now? Yeah. So as soon as it's done, I'll be back on. So. There it was, folks. National anthem. Time to play ball here. Great day at the ballpark. Temperatures 71 degrees. Partly cloudy skies. Couldn't ask for a better Friday evening here on the campus. All the Tiger Cubs exiting the field here now. Coach Rundles has started that program this year. It's a great, I think there's about 35 of those kids out here that are working with our baseball program. Starting lineups for today is going to find Bryant Quimby on the mound for the Tigers. Quimby's 0-1 on the year with 3 appearances, 2 games started, and 8.2 innings pitched. Defensively for the Tigers going to line up with Nick Thibodeau behind the plate. At first base, Jake Nemeth. Second base, Houston Kitterman. Third base, Mike Rich, and at shortstop, Bryce Newman. In left field will be Kyle Vogler, center fielder, Colin Peoples, and out in right, you're going to find John Mitchell. Batting order for the Auburn-Montgomery Warhawks, 4-9 on the year, 2-1 in conference play. It's going to find Nick Freeman leading off, followed by Jackson Seaman and Brody Sire. Cooper Doman will bat fourth, followed by Casey Clark, Zach Dew. Brooke Brannon will be the DH, followed by Jaron Wright and Clayton Phillips. We'll give you the pitching as soon as we get to that when Auburn-Montgomery takes the field. Leading off for the Warhawks as Quimby finishes his warm-up pitches, Nick Freeman. Freeman on the year hitting .229 for the Warhawks. Has started and played in all 13 games. Auburn-Montgomery played Christian Brothers last weekend, took 2 out of 3 in that conference series.
The Warhawks, number 2, Nick Freeman.
West Alabama is going to play Christian Brothers next weekend in their 3-game series. And we are ready for action here. Waiting on the first pitch from Quimby. We are ready to go. Quimby, a left-handed pitcher, sophomore out of Atmore, Alabama. Comes in high with the first pitch for ball 1. Quimby's a left-handed pitcher. Came to West Alabama out of Coastal Alabama North Community College. As he evens the count at 1-1. Pitch from Quimby is swung on and missed by Freeman. Quimby quickly ahead in the count, 1-2. Tigers went 1-2 last weekend against West Georgia. 1-game winning streak. Hope to continue that today. That's a called strike 3 on the outside corner to the left-handed hitting Nick Freeman. So good start for the Tigers there with the strikeout. Jackson Seaman, number 1, is going to stand in. Try and get something going here. Seaman's a 200 hitter as he swings on that first pitch. Swung right through it. Quickly behind in the count, 0-1. Thibodeau behind the plate today. You know Tiger baseball, you know Nick's older brother. Played for West Alabama for a couple years, finished up. And now Nick is here, same position as a catcher. Here's the 0-1 pitch swung on, ground ball to Nemeth at first base. He's going to take it himself as he steps on first. That's going to be out number 2. So quickly, 2 up, 2 down for the Tigers here in the top half of the first inning. Brody Sire, the right fielder, left-handed hitting.
Warhawks, number 27, Brody Sire.
Warhawk will be the batter. Sire also brings in a 200 average into today's contest. Sire's played in all 13 games for the Warhawks so far this year as he looks at strike 1. That pitch just missed. Going to run the count to 1-1. for Quimby here with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Pitch low and outside, gets away from Thibodeau. No harm, no fouls. No runners were on. Don't have to worry about anybody advancing there. So count's going to be 2-1. That's a swing and a miss. Little off-speed pitch from Quimby. And Brody swung right through it. 2-2 the count with 2 outs here for the Tigers in the top half of the first inning. Pitch is close, just missed a little bit outside. I think Quimby wanted that one, but didn't get it. We're going to go full count right here with 2 outs. That's going to be ball 4, high and outside. So Quimby loses him. He's going to walk the batter with 2 outs. Never a good thing in baseball. Give up those free bases. Brings up Cooper Doman, number 35, right-handed catcher, cleanup hitter for the Warhawks. So runner on first. As Quimby tosses it over there just to remind Brody Sire that he's watching him. Tigers with a quick 2 outs. Trying to get out of this inning here with no damage. Come in and score some runs. First pitch into Doman is a strike. Count 0-1 with 2 outs. Ball's lifted high in the air. Off the first base side in foul territory. Nemeth gives chase, and he's going to make the play in foul territory for out number 3. So the Tigers get out of it. Quimby does his job. Only gave up 1 walk in the inning, no hits. Tigers come to bat when we return in the bottom of the first inning on Sly 104.9. We are back here at Tart Field. Bottom of the first inning, Tigers come to bat. On the mound for the Warhawks is Clayton Phillips. Phillips 1-1 on the year with 4 appearances and 4 games started. He's pitching 15.2 innings with a 1.15 ERA. That's pretty impressive right there. Opponent's only hitting 194 off of Slagle on the year. Slagle's a sophomore out of Montgomery, Alabama, Pike Road High School. So leading off for the Tigers is going to be Kyle Vogler, left fielder today. Vogler hitting 240 on the year. He's appeared in 9 games and started 8 of them. Defensively for the Warhawks, Cooper Doman is catching. Casey Clark at first. Jackson Seaman at second. Zach Dew at third base. As Vogler looks at that first pitch. Ball 1 outside. Clayton Phillips is going to be your shortstop. Jaron Wright in left field. Nick Freeman in center. And Brody Sire in right field. Count quickly goes 2-0 for Vogler as Mike Rich waits on deck. That pitch is high. That's ball 3. Slagle behind the count now. 3-0. Not the way I don't think he intended to start it, but we'll take it here. 3-0 pitch to Vogler. It's going to be in for a called strike. Mike Rich on the mound. On deck. Jake Nemeth in the hole. Vogler swings and fouls that one back off to the right side. So after coming out 3-0, Vogler's now full count. Tigers looking for a base runner here, get something started in the bottom of the first inning. That's another ball fouled out of play. Mentioned earlier, good day for baseball out here. Haven't had many of these sunny days. Rain has not been the friend of the outdoor sport so far this year. 3-2 pitch from Phillips is going to be high for ball 4, and Vogler's going to be on with a walk.
Now the plate for West Alabama, number 3, Mike Rich.
Left-handed hitting Mike Rich is going to come to the plate. Tigers leading hitter at .395. Mike Rich with 5 doubles and 1 home run on the year. Leading the Tigers also in RBIs with 9. It's going to have an opportunity to move some runners around right here. Tigers looking to score early in this contest. Vogler gets his lead at first, and that pitch to Rich is high and outside. On deck, Jake Nemeth, followed by Nick Thibodeau. Those will be your batters. There's a toss over to first base. Vogler slides back in, safe. Clayton Phillips awful concerned about Vogler over there. Keeps checking him. Rich squares to bunt, pulls back. That's going to be high, ball 2. Tigers checking to see what the Warhawk defense was doing. Mike Rich ahead in the count, 2-0. Nobody out here as the Tigers bat in the bottom of the first inning. Phillips checking Vogler over there. Rich swings on it, drives it into the ground. Second baseman Jackson Seaman goes to Clayton Phillips at second. Vogler's out on the play, but Mike Rich beat it out at first base. So that's going to go down as a fielder's choice for Rich. 1 out now with 1 on. Jake Nemeth at the plate for the Tigers. It's a good play by Seaman out there at second base, just not in time to get Rich running down the first base line. Nemeth, a senior, one of the very few the seniors on the ball club. Swings to the first pitch, fouls it down the third base line. Jake Nemeth plays infield, plays outfield. Pretty much does it all for the Tigers. He's a native of Pace, Alabama. He came to West Alabama by way of Allen Community College a couple years ago. Phillips over there watching the runners closely. Nemeth takes that curveball for strike 2. Nemeth in the hole, 0-2 now with 1 out and a runner on first base. Nick Thibodeau on deck for the Tigers. The pitch from Phillips is going to be tapped to the shortstop, charges it, flips it to second base, and that's all they're going to get is the lead out. So Phillips, Clayton Phillips, excuse me, tosses it over there to Jackson Seaman for out number 2. Let's bring it up Nick Thibodeau with 2 outs. Tigers still with the runner on first base. Can't seem to get past that. Slag's going to check Nemeth over there. He dives back in safely. So Thibodeau stands in, 2 outs. First pitch curveball, low and inside. Thibodeau, a 280 hitter so far. He's played in 8 games for the Tigers. Does have 2 home runs on the year, though, leading the Tigers in that category. Nemeth gets his lead at first. That ball's in the dirt from Slagle. Count's going to be 2-0. Jake Nemeth only 1 for 1 on stolen bases this year, but Warhawks awful concerned with our runners at first base. That's going to be ball 3 to Thibodeau. So once again, Slagle has fallen behind Tiger hitters. Thibodeau able to keep this inning alive. It's going to bring up Josh Bauer, the DH. So 3-0 pitch to Thibodeau. Is low and outside. That's a 4-pitch walk right there. So Tigers got something going with 2 outs.
Number 15, Josh Bauer.
Runners on first and second, 2 outs for the Tigers, bringing up Josh Bauer, the DH today. Josh Bauer, 355 hitter, second leading hitter on the Tigers. Got 11 hits on the year. Just drove in 5 runs for him. Power hitter. Wind blowing out. Be a great opportunity to put the Tigers up 3-0 real quick if you can get a hold of one. Slagle checks Nemeth at second base. Comes to the plate, and that pitch is in there for strike 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch, or I'm sorry, 0-1 pitch to Bauer. Left-handed hitting Bauer, he swings, drives that towards the first baseman who backs up, makes the play, and tosses it to Slagle as he covers first base for out number 3. So Tigers, a couple base runners, can't get anything done in the first inning. So at the end of 1, score is 0-0 here at Tart Field. When we return, the Warhawks come to bat in the top of the second inning.
No hits, no errors, and 2 left on.
Yeah. Top of the second inning, Warhawks come to bat. 5, 6, 7 in the lineup will be at the plate for them. Warhawks able to get a runner on the first base on first inning, but nothing doing. Bryant Quimby on the mound for the Tigers as Casey Clark stands in. First pitch to Clark. It's going to be strike 1. Today's contest, a 9-inning game, doubleheader tomorrow between these same 2 teams. We'll talk about that a little later on. It's a check swing by Clark for ball 1. Clark's out of Pelham High School as he swings on that pitch, drives it to center field. Peoples drifts over to left center and makes the play for out number 1. So a lazy fly ball out to center field. Out number 1 brings up Zach Dew. Zach Dew, the third baseman today. Zach Dew, a JUCO transfer to the Warhawks from Southern Union. I'm sorry, Central Alabama came from. He takes the first pitch from Quimby for a strike. Dew hitting 240 for the Warhawks. A couple RBIs as he drives that pitch up to center field. Peoples comes in hard and makes the play for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 outs to center field for the Warhawks. Brings up Brooke Brannon, the DH. Number 25.
Now play for the Warhawks, number 25, Brooke Brannon.
Brannon, a transfer from Jacksonville State to the Warhawks, originally out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Stands in. Takes the first pitch low and inside for ball 1. Brannon, he lifts that ball high in the infield. Looks like shortstop's going to call it. Bryce Newman makes the play as he calls off Kitterman. And that's going to be out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. Quick inning for the Tigers. Score still 0-0 here at Tart Field. When we return, bottom of the second inning, your Tigers come to bat. We are back here at Tart Field. John Mitchell at the plate for the Tigers. Mitchell looks at that pitch. 1-1 the count to Mitchell, our right fielder today. John Mitchell's been playing right most of the year for the Tigers. He takes that ball, check swing. Did he go? Umpire first place says yes, he did. So that's going to be strike 2 on John. Mitchell is a sophomore out of Meridian Community College in Ellisville, Mississippi. It's behind in the count, 1-2. Pitch from Slagle comes in. That's going to be strike 3 right down the pipe. Not really sure what Mitchell was looking at there, but that was a gut pitch right down the middle. So 1 up, 1 down here in the second inning for the Tigers. Bryce Newman, shortstop, comes to the plate. Bryce Newman just recently started playing shortstop as a starting shortstop. Hitting .211 on the year. First pitch into him is inside for ball 1. On deck, Houston Kitterman. And then we'll be at the top of the order again. Newman sends that ball deep to center field. Nick Freeman backs up, gives chase, makes the catch right before the warning track for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the second inning here for the Tigers. Brings up Houston Kitterman. Kitterman, the second baseman, hitting .308 on the year, having a good year so far. Not really a power hitter for the Tigers, but he's got a couple doubles, a couple RBIs. Needs to get something started here with 2 outs. Curveball in there low for strike 1. So that's a check swing from Kitterman. Going to go down to first base. Umpire says no, he did not. It's going to run the count to 1-1 now for Kitterman. That's strike 2. Fastball right down the middle. So Kitterman behind 1-2. Slagle working quick on the mound out there without runners on base. The 1-2 pitch, low and in the dirt. Goes to 2-2. You got nothing going on this Friday night after work, come on out. It's a beautiful night. We haven't had many good nights out here so far this year. It's a great time to bring your family out and watch a little ball. Kitterman reaches out, slaps it, hits into the dirt. Clayton Phillips picks it up, throws on the run. Casey Clark can't make the scoop at first base, and Kitterman's going to be on with 2 outs. I have to think that's going to go as an error. We'll see what the official ruling is on that once it comes around. Number 9 hole hitter, Colden Peoples, the center fielder, will be the batter. Yep, they're going to give that error to the first baseman on the scoop over there, not the throw. So Peoples with an opportunity here. He's going to square a bunt. He bunts a nice bunt down third base. Third baseman Zach Dew picks it up and makes the play at first, but not in time. So Peoples with a bunt for a base hit. Advancing Kitterman onto second base. Peoples laid down a great bunt. Third baseman Zach Dew was playing way too deep. Couldn't make the play. So Tigers got a little something going here with 2 outs and 2 on in the bottom of the second inning. Brings up the top of the order Vogler, who walked back in the first. Base hit here might score a couple for the Tigers. Peoples got some speed over there at first base. Ball gets in the gap, you know he's going to score. Slagle comes to the mound, and Vogler, he squares the bunt. That ball goes foul. Third baseman Zach Dew playing back behind the base. Tigers must have picked something up on that. Vogler unable to execute. Both corners playing back behind the base here. Great opportunity, and Vogler just couldn't execute here. So 0-1 the count to Vogler with the pitch from Slagle as he checks Kitterman at second base. And Vogler swings, drives the ball deep to center field, high. And Nick Freeman's going to camp underneath it for out number 3. So Tigers unable to push anything across the plate, once again leaving too many runners on base. Score here in the bottom of the second inning, 2-2. Warhawks come to bat when we return on Sly 104.9. We are back here at Tart Field, top of the third inning. Coming up, Bryant Quimby finishing his warm-up pitches. Tigers had runners on in both innings, unable to capitalize here. So the score remains 0-0. 8-9-1 will be on deck here for Auburn-Montgomery. First hitter up, Jaron Wright, left-handed hitting left fielder. He drives that first pitch in the 5-6 hole gap out to left field, and that's going to be a base hit. Vogler bobbles a little bit, bringing it in. So no worries there. No hitters gone today for both pitchers. First hit of the day for Auburn-Montgomery. Brings up the 9-hole hitter, Clayton Phillips. Phillips is the shortstop. Phillips hitting only a $152 on the year. Does have 1 home run to his credit. Phillips a tall, lanky guy. He squares the bunt, lays it down foul over to first base. Side. Ryan Cram on the pickup over there. No air for Ryan on that pickup today. Everybody trying to play a little small ball here today, it looks like. So 0-1 count here. Quimby checks the runner, comes on in. Just missed, high and outside for ball 1. Thought maybe he had that one right there. Quimby pitching out of the stretch here with the runner on first base. Checks the runner, left hand. And he's going to toss it over there to first. Nothing doing. Jaron Wright doesn't have that big a lead. He could just 2 steps and he was back on the base there. Not a lot going on. After Phillips brings back the top of the order here for the Warhawks. Squares the bunt again and bunts that one foul. Mike Rich charging hard. I think Mike would have made the play there. No problem. So Clayton Phillips in the hole, 1-2. With nobody out. Top of the 3rd inning here. Quimby checks the sign, checks the runner again, and he's going to square the bunt. He bunts it with 2 strikes. Quimby picks it up, looks at second, but goes over to first to Nemeth and gets the out. So Phillips, after 2 terrible bunt efforts, lays down a bunt with 2 strikes to advance the runner. That's a great sacrifice bunt right there. So Warhawks move Jaron Wright over second base with 1 out here on that sack. Brings up the top of the order, Nick Freeman, center fielder, struck out looking, start the game. Freeman, left-handed hitting. Out of East Central Mississippi. Community College. Takes the first pitch outside for strike 1. Quimby working away from him as a left-handed hitter. Tiger outfield playing straight away, not too deep, as Quimby is not a very tall gentleman. Middle infield playing back. That pitch from Quimby is a ball. 1-1 to count. Corners playing just behind the bag. Tigers need to keep the ball in the infield here, getting out at first base. Take their chances with the next one. Quimby checks the runner at second base twice, then comes home. That ball, same pitch as the first pitch, just doesn't catch the outside corner. So Quimby behind now, 2-1 in the count with 1 out. On deck awaits Jackson Seaman. 2-1 pitch, and Quimby's going to turn around on the pick play. Kitterman came in behind the runner there, but not in time. His right was back in time to the bag. So we're going to do it again, folks. 2-1 the count with 1 out. Runner on first base. Bryant Quimby gets the sign. It's a pitch outside for ball 3. Quimby continues to work away from the left-handed hitters. Kitterman playing way up the middle. Gonna have to stay away. Big hole between first and second base. 3-1 count is low and in the dirt, and that's gonna be ball 4. I think Quimby rushed that one just a little bit. So that puts runners on first and second with 1 out for the Warhawks. Second walk of the day given up by Quimby. Really is not a bad walk. It makes a force now with 1 out. Tigers got an opportunity to turn to the double play as Jackson Seaman stands in. He grounded out to Jake Nemeth at first base back in the first inning. Nemeth now playing in front of the runner at first. There's a bunt down third base line. That's an excellent bunt. Nobody's going to make a play on that. Nobody. Quimby jumped off the mound as hard as he could, but the ball just kind of popped up there and died. Mike Rich was playing just about 1 step behind the bag. So back at you. Tigers bunted for a base hit. Now the Warhawks have done it. That's their second hit this inning, and everyone's going to move up a base. Bases loaded now with 1 out. Quimby on the mound still here. No action down in the bullpen as we're only in the top of the 3rd inning. Tigers got a little work to do here. Get out of this one. There's a pitch low and outside to Brody Sire for a strike. So 1 out, bases loaded. Nobody across the plate yet. Tigers need a double play to get out of the inning here. Ground ball should do it. It's another pitch low and outside. That one didn't catch the corner though. Left-handed batter, Brody Sire. Tigers still working away from them. This counts 1-1. Pitch from Quimby. It swung on and missed. A strike 2. Sire swung right through that one. So he's behind the count, 1-2 now. Tigers looking for 2 more outs here. Get out of this inning. No damage done. 1-2 count to Sire is going to be lifted in left field. Vogler, he's going to catch the ball. They're going to have a tag. Vogler throws it in, but Mike Rich is going to cut it off. Good thing. Runner at third base, Jaron Wright, took a few steps to come in, but then hustled back. Vogler fell down as he was trying to make the play. I'm sure there's still a little bit of wet ground out there. All the rain we've had in the area the past couple weeks probably did not help that. So 2 outs now for the Tigers. Base is still loaded. 4-hole hitter up, Cooper Doman. The catcher, he fouled out in first base territory in the first inning. I keep this guy off the base here, man. He's hitting 267 for the Warhawks with 9 RBIs. Quimby's first pitch to Doman is for a ball. One-oh pitch from Quimby to Thibodeau. That's low. Ooh, strike 1. My bad. Thought that pitch was a little low, but must have caught the corner. Quimby continues to work away from the hitters, but that's a good call right there for the Tigers. 1-1 is the count now. Out at any base, gets the Tigers out of this inning. There's strike 2. Quimby with a little bit off speed came inside on Doman that time. And kind of fooled him. He just took the pitch for a strike. So the count is 1-2. Quimby still out of the stretch here with bases loaded. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That ball is out of play, back behind the screen. So we're going to do it again, folks. Ryan Cram on the hustle, get that ball as it went off the backstop net. Ryan earning his keep out there today. One-two count to Doman. Bases juiced for the Warhawks. Tigers need it out right here. Any way they can get it. And that ball's going to be lifted deep to left field, out of play. That ball's down in the bullpen. Nothing but a long strike right there. No harm, no foul. So we're going to do it again. Runners return to the bases. We're ready to go. Doman's going to stand in here now with a 1-2 count and 2 outs. Bases loaded. Tigers trying to get out of this top of the third here. Ooh, thought they had him. Thibodeau was on the way to the dugout. Quimby was on the way to the dugout. Only one that didn't get it was the umpire. It's going to give us a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. See if he can do it again. Nothing too fat, though. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to Mike Rich, who backs up, makes the play, throws it over to Kitterman at second base. And they're going to get the lead out right there. Tigers get out of the inning. So Quimby pitches his way into trouble, and then he got himself out of it. So at the end of that inning, Tigers going to come to bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 0-0. After giving up a couple runs and a couple walks. We'll be right back here at Tart Field with the bottom of the 3rd inning on Sly 104.9. All right, welcome back here. Give you a little update here as we wait for the bottom of 3rd inning. Clay Slagg still on the mound for the Warhawks. Tigers able to get out of that inning. No damage done. Gave up a couple hits, walk, loaded the bases, and still got out of it. Tigers going to bring up 2, 3, 4 in their half of the 3rd inning. Little update here on campus this weekend. Tiger Athletics has a lot going on. Baseball game tonight, single game, 9 innings. Tomorrow, if you have something or looking for something to do, come on over to campus. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, both the men's and women's tennis teams are going to take on Shorter, followed by Blue Mountain. Men's and women's basketball both have games. Women play at 2 o'clock, men at 4 o'clock. And softball will start their doubleheader at 1 o'clock, the same time baseball starts. So a lot of things going on tomorrow. So if you got nothing to do, come on out and find something. The weather's supposed to be great. Bottom of 3rd inning, Mike Rich is at the plate. Mike Rich got on by a fielder's choice back in the 1st inning as he takes the first pitch for a called strike. Rich, the leading hitter for the Tigers, swings on that one, fouls it off. So 2 pitches real quick, and Mike Rich in the hole, 0-2. Rich got 5 doubles and 1 home run so far on the year for the Tigers. Takes that pitch high outside, didn't go chasing it. Rich missed all last year to an injury. He's made the most of his opportunity to come back. He's having a great season so far. Let's hope it continues. The 1-2 pitch to Rich is going to swing on. He's going to drive that ball over the second baseman's head out into right field, and that's going to be a base hit. So Mike Rich is going to lead off the Tigers with a base hit. Just what they need here. Tigers have had base runners each inning, just not able to capitalize. Let's see if this is the inning here. Jake Nemeth, 3-hole hitter, will be the batter with Rich at first base. Nemeth grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 1st. So he takes that pitch tight on the inside for ball 1. Ball almost hit him there. Nick Thibodeau, catcher, will be on deck. Waits his turn. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Slagle as a curveball. In there for a strike. It's going to put the count to 1-1. So 1-1 with Mike Rich on first base. There's a throw over to first base. Rich dives back in safe. Mike had barely taken a lead off there. Slago gets the sign. Nemeth lifts that ball high and out of play. Back behind the dugout here. on the first base side. Count's going to be 1-2 now to Nemeth, excuse me. Slagle checks Rich, comes, ooh, and he hits him. So Nemeth got hit right in the left arm. He's going to trot on down to first base. It's going to give the Tigers 2 runners on now with nobody out. Bringing up 4, 5, 6 hitters here. Great opportunity for the Tigers to put something on the board. Take the lead in this ball game. Thibodeau walked back in the first inning on 4 straight pitches. Thibodeau was a transfer to the Tigers from Notre Dame, originally out of Burlington, Ontario, Canada. He's going to square the bunt, lays down a bunt, and that's foul. So Tigers continue to play small ball, put runners in scoring position. Just unable to get the execution done there. Mike Rich, your runner at second base. Jake Nemeth at first base. And Nick Thibodeau at the plate, behind in the count, 0-1. Slagle gets the sign, checks the runner at second base. He wheeled it and almost threw it into center field, boy. Shortstop broke to third, but Mike Rich was too smart for that play. Slagle turned and wheeled, threw it to the second base side of second base. Very fortunate that Jackson Seaman was able to haul that ball in, or it goes into right center field. Tigers going to be on their toes out there. So the count to Thibodeau is 0-1. Pitch comes in low and in the dirt. Doman does a good job digging it out of the left-handed batter's box. To make the count 1-1. Bottom of the third here at Tart Field. In case you're just joining us. No score. Tigers with 2 runners on. There's a called strike to Thibodeau on the outside corner. I think Nick knew it too. He just didn't pull the trigger in time. So Slagle ahead in the count here with nobody out. 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. That's going to be strike 3. Thibodeau swung right over the top of that one for out number 1. Curveball fell off the table there. So Tigers with 1 out now, unable to advance the runners. Runners on first and second base. Brings up Josh Bauer, the designated hitter today. John Mitchell awaits his turn on deck. Tigers got the meat of their order up. There's got an opportunity right now. It is. Let's go. Bauer, left-handed batter, stands in, takes the pitch, and swings on that one. Right on through it. Bauer did not catch anything but air there for strike 1. Bauer, second leading hitter on the team at .355 coming into today. He drills that pitch, and he does the little old bat flip, and he watches it. That's going to be out of here, folks. That's a 3-run shot for Josh Bauer. Right fielder, center fielder just took about 1 step, turned around, looked at it, and said, that ball is out of here. We just spoke about that. Josh Bauer, second leading hitter, and he comes through for the Tigers. It's going to be 3 RBIs for him. Puts the Tigers up 3-0, just like that. Makes things a little bit easier. And Tigers going to continue the inning here with John Mitchell. So Tigers up 3-0 on the Josh Bauer home run. It's going to be Bauer's first home run of the year. Gives him 8 total RBIs. Couldn't have come at a better time. Batter now for the Tigers is John Mitchell. See if he can get things started again. Mitchell is in, takes that one for a strike. No action down in the bullpen for Auburn-Montgomery. Just thought I'd give it a peek, but nothing going on down there as we play the bottom of the third inning. 1-1's the count. That ball hit him. Well, so he thought. And umpire said, no, I guess. Guess not. Mitchell tried to sell that, but to no avail. So that's going to make the count 2-1. That's strike two, excuse me. Slagle having a lot of success with that curveball. Tigers either just staying off of it, looking for something else. Not able to pick that pitch up right now. 2-2 the count with 1 out. Mitchell swung over the top of that one. Ball's in the dirt. Catcher Doman's going to come up, fire it down to 1. That's going to be out number 2 on the strikeout. Shortstop Bryce Newman, number 24, will be the batter. Newman flew out to center field back in the second inning. Try and get something started here once again. Check swings that one. Yes, he did, the umpire said. That's going to be strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch from Slagle is high for ball 1. So Tigers able to get a few things going this inning. Base hit, hit batter, and a home run. That's how we got to 3-0. As Newman looks at that pitch for ball 2. Clay Slagle started the game, still on the mound. And there's a beautiful bunt, foul. So with the count's going to go 2-2 now. So the 2-1 count, Bryce Newman tried to drop a bunt down, but no success there. He's going to come on back, pick up his bat, and go back at it. 2-2 the count with 2 outs for Newman. Houston Kitterman is the batter on deck. Newman playing shortstop today for the Tigers. And he looks at that one for a called strike on the outside corner, and that's going to do it. So Tigers go down with 3 strikeouts in that inning, but on the good side, Tigers got a base hit, a hit batter, and a home run. Tigers now take the lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. We'll be right back here with the top of the 4th inning at Tart Field on Sly 104.9. Welcome back to Tart Field. Janet Montgomery on the call today. Tigers leading 3-0 after putting up 3 runs on the Josh Bauer home run in the bottom of 3rd inning. Top of 4 here. Bryant Quimby still on the mound for the Tigers. He's going to see that ball get out to center field. It's going to be a first pitch swinging for Casey Clark for the Warhawks for a leadoff base hit.
Now for the Warhawks, number 21, Zach Dew.
So Casey Clark steps in, swings at the first pitch. Just like that, Warhawks got a runner on first base. Warhawks put some pressure on the Tigers in the top of the 3rd. Had loaded the bases, but Tigers got out of it with no runs given up. There's a square to bunt. Quimby's going to jump off the mound, wheel over to first base to Nemeth for the out. But on the play, Clark advances to second base on that sacrifice. Both teams looking at a lot of sacrifices in small ball today. I guess they know something. I guess they feel hits and runs are going to be hard to come by, trying to push anything across the plate that they can. So with one out and a runner on second base, Brooke Brandon, the DH, is going to stand in. Brandon flew out to shortstop back in the second inning. He takes the first pitch from Quimby for a strike. Quimby pitching into the fourth inning now. In his 3 appearances, he's only pitched 8 total innings all year. That ball's lifted into right field. John Mitchell backs up 2 steps. Runner's going to tag at second base. Throw comes in. And they're going to check the runner, and they call him out for leaving early. So Tigers, smart play right there. That's going to be a double play. So fly out to center field to John Mitchell, who fires it back in. And they say the runner left early as he tried to advance to third base. And Tigers get out of the inning with a double play. Not your usual double play, but they'll take it. So after a leadoff base hit, Warhawks 3 up, 3 down. Quick inning there for the Warhawks. Tigers going to come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning when we return on Sly 104.9. Welcome back to Tart Field. It's got to be one of the quickest innings I've ever seen in baseball, especially when somebody got a base hit to lead off the inning and then sacrifice bunt, but Tigers able to capitalize on a base running error by the Warhawks, get out of that inning, 3 up, 3 down. Tigers come to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning with Kitterman, Peoples, and Vogler leading 3-0. Compliments of 3-run home run by Josh Bauer. Clay Slagle still on the mound for the Warhawks. Slagle on his 5th appearance of the year, 5th game started. He brought a 1.15 ERA into today's game, with opponents only hitting 194 off of him. See, the Tigers are getting to him right now, doing their part. Tigers got 3 hits in the ballgame so far in 3 innings. Had runners on every single inning. Unable to capitalize in the 1st and 2nd, but finally got some across the plate in the 3rd. Let's see if they can add a few more to that here in the 4th as Kitterman swings and misses on the first pitch for strike 1. Kitterman grounded out towards the 5-6 hole in the 2nd inning. Shortstop made a great play, but the first baseman couldn't pick it out of the dirt, and Kitterman was on with an error. Tigers was unable to move him around and score back then. Count 1-1 to Kitterman. Curveball inside for ball 2. So 2-1 the count to Kitterman as Colden Peoples stands in on deck, center fielder today. Kitterman's going to ground that one to the shortstop. Clayton Phillips going to pick it up this time. Throw it over to first base. Casey Clark able to handle that one for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down for the Tigers. Peoples, one of the 3 base hits today for the Tigers. Peoples bunted for a base hit back in the 2nd inning when Kitterman was on first base. Laid down a beautiful bunt down third base line. You can see that the third baseman has made a defensive adjustment now. Because Peoples did that, he is now playing even with the bag at third base. There's a pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 the count now to Peoples. People's been around a long time on this team. Peoples graduated from West Alabama with his undergrad, and he told me he will finish his master's this summer. He's been around that long. Thanks to COVID, a lot of guys getting a lot of years to play here. That's ball 3 to Peoples in the dirt. Sure could use his speed on the bases. Looking for ball 4 right here. Peeps 1 for 1 stolen bases so far this year. But you can't steal first base, can you? There's a rip down the first base line foul. He's going to push the count full, 3-2. It's unfortunate. Peeps got a lot of speed, just got to get him on the bases here. 4 hits on the year for Peeps and 27 at-bats coming into today. He's going to stand in now, full count. He's going to swing, drive that ball to second baseman, about 3 hops, who bobbles it and doesn't make the play. Boy, that was an easy out right there, and that's going to have to be an error, I would assume. Second baseman came in to make the play and just, I don't know what he was doing there. Tossed it up 2 or 3 times to himself, and the next thing you know, it got away from him, and Peoples is on first base with 1 out. Kyle Vogler, 0 for 2 today. He's going to check Peoples. I would too. Peoples dives back into first base. We all know he's got some speed over there. Vogler, not a bad runner himself. Tigers get something going here if they can get Peeps moved around and get Vogler on. Another throw back to first base. Peoples has dove back in just in time. They're very concerned with him over there. Slagle checks the sign, comes home with it. Ball 1, a little bit low. So once again, Tigers with runners on here in the 4th inning. Tigers had runners on every inning. There's another toss back to first base. Might have to start keeping count of how many of those are over there, huh? Want to know the count? There's another toss over there. We're up to 4 now, aren't we, Phillip? Yep. Let's keep count of that for me, okay? They are very concerned with Peeps. Considering the guy's only stole 1 base, but I guess his reputation is preceding him. Years of playing. They know he's got some speed out there. Here's a 1-0 pitch, and there goes Peeps. He's gone, and catcher can't handle it. And he knew it, too. He was so mad. Catcher is so mad. He flipped it up, and he could not handle it. Dropped it out of his hand right there. Peeps going to slide into second base safe. Let's see how they rule that. See if that goes as an error to the catcher or a stolen base. I would think it's probably a stolen base, but we'll wait and see for the official ruling. So count 2-0 to Vogler. Tigers with another opportunity, runner in scoring position with 1 out. Base hit's going to score somebody here. Here comes the pitch in. That's way outside. That's ball 3. Still no action in the Warhawk bullpen for the Warhawks. And there it is. Official ruling from the scorer is going to be a stolen base for Peoples. Second one on the year for Peeps. So 3-0 now to Vogler. Tigers sitting good now, top of the order right here. That's ball 4 high. So for the second time today, Kyle Vogler has walked. Runners on first and second. Tigers got something going here in the 4th inning. Brings up Tigers leading hitter, Mike Rich. 1 for 2 so far today. I'd have to think anything hitting the gaps, we might score 2. Vogler's got a great speed, just like Nemeth. Here's the first pitch to Rich. He takes that high for ball 1. Vogler hasn't played much. He had some, he was out a couple games with some issues, had a little illness. He's come back strong. He's played center field for the Tigers, played left field. Played a lot of center field last year. This year he's been in left field. So Rich takes ball 2. Good eye by Mike Rich at the plate here. Tigers getting rowdy down there now. Still no action in the Warhawk bullpen as we play here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Tigers leading 3-0. Slagle checks the sign, comes in. That ball catches the inside corner. Mike Rich laid off of it, but took it for a called strike. Outfield playing straight away for Rich. Rich got 1 home run on the year, 5 doubles. He's going to drive that down the first baseline foul. Ball's going to kick off the bullpen wall, come back into play. I have to hustle down there and get that. So 2-2 the count to Mike Rich with nobody out. I'm sorry, 1 out. That's right, 1 out. 2-hole hitter Mike Rich on at the plate for the Tigers. Jake Nemeth on deck. So 2-3-4, looking for opportunity to put some runs on the board. He's going to swing at that pitch, drives it to the pitcher, who's going to go back to second base. Shortstop covers it, and Mike Rich is out at first base. Ground ball double play. So Rich grounds out to the pitcher, turns and spins and makes a great play. Vogler out on the play for the double play. So Tigers unable to get anything across that time. Another wasted opportunity for the Tigers. At the end of 4 here, Tigers lead 3-0 at Tart Field. We'll be right back on Sly 104.9. Welcome back, folks. Janet Montgomery on the call this afternoon, sitting in for Will Atkinson. This will be the only game broadcast for Tiger baseball this weekend, as the Tigers have doubleheader basketball at home tomorrow. So Sly 104 will be broadcasting the basketball games. Both Tiger teams in the hunt for the conference tournament. Men have already clinched a spot in the tournament. Women trying to get in with 1 more game to play. Brant Quimby on the mound for the Tigers as we play the 5th inning here. Tigers leading 3-0. Jaron Wright, left fielder. It's going to be the batter. He takes the first pitch for ball 1. Second pitch high, ball 2. Quimby's pitched 4 complete innings so far, done a good job for the Tigers. 3-0. It's quickly behind now, 3-0 to Jaron Wright. Got no action in the Tiger bullpen. Right squares to bunt. That's going to be strike 1 as he pulled back. 3-1 now to Jaron Wright. Clayton Phillips, shortstop. It's going to be on deck. Jaron Wright with a base hit back in the 3rd inning. He got the first hit of the game for the Warhawks, and he's going to walk on 5 pitches. So not the way you want to come out after you just got doubled off to end the 4th inning for the Tigers when they had something going on. So Warhawks have threatened most innings. All but the 2nd inning had runners on base here. As Quimby looks over, there's a bunt, and that's going to be foul. Kind of got caught up in the runner, Phillips, while he was in the box. So Jaron Wright's going to have to jog back over to first base. Clayton Phillips, 9-hole hitter. Phillips sacrifice bunted back in the 3rd, advancing Jaron Wright after his base hit, but Warhawks unable to put anything across the plate that inning. 0-1 pitch from Quimby. He's going to swing away, foul ball down the 3rd base line. So Quimby ahead in the count, 0-2. Temperatures are dropping just a little bit outside. 68 degrees still at the ballpark. Lights are on here in the top of the 5th inning. Tigers leading 3-0. Both teams with 3 hits in the contest so far. Ryan Quimby on the mound. 0-2 pitch is outside for a ball. It's going to be 1-2. Wright, the runner at first base. He got on by a walk as he led off the 5th inning. After Phillips, Warhawk's going to bring the top of the order up. That ball's tight inside. Quimby getting a little wild here now. Puts the count at 2-2. Struggling a little bit to find a strike zone here. Needs to settle down a little bit. The 2-2 pitch from Quimby is outside. Phillips checked his swing. So that's going to be ball 3. So full count here to the 9-hole hitter, Phillips. He swings and misses. Tipped it. Thibodeau caught it. Showed the umpire. That's a big out right there, folks. Big out.
Now the way for Warhawks, number 2, Nick Freeman.
This brings up the top of the order. Warhawks unable to advance right into scoring position, and Quimby, after falling behind and running the count full, was able to get the strikeout. Top of the order, Nick Freeman is struck out and walked today. Left-handed hitting center fielder. First pitch is a called strike to him. There's a ball lifted high in the air. Mike Rich calls for it, calls Quimby off, comes on over towards the mound and makes the catch for out number 2. So after the leadoff walk, Quimby's been able to get 2 quick outs. Second baseman Jackson Seaman is going to be your batter. Seaman's 1 for 2 today with a base hit and a ground out to first. He's got 2 outs with a runner on first base for the Warhawks. As Quimby throws it over there. Just a reminder to let Wright know he's watching him. The pitch from Quimby. Strike 1. As we mentioned earlier today, Quimby has only thrown 8.2 innings in his 3 appearances. Started 2 other games this year. There's a ball that's going to be hit up the center field, just out of the reach of Newman. Newman needed to be about 2 inches taller, and he might have had that one. It's going to go as a base hit. Second base hit of the day for Jackson Seaman. It's going to put runners on first and second base with 2 outs.
Now the play for the Warhawks, number 27, Brody Sire.
Brody Sire, the right fielder, will be your batter. Sire walked back in the first inning and flew out to left field in the 3rd. Tigers need an out here. Any base will do it with 2 outs here in the inning. Quimby checks the sign and comes on in for strike 1. 4.2 innings pitched for Quimby today. He's got a pitch count of 62 so far. 2 strikeouts, 3 walks on the day. And his 20 batters that he's faced. The 0-1 count outside and low for ball 1. Tigers leading 3-0 as we talked about on a Josh Bauer 3-run home run back in the 3rd inning. The 1-1 pitch. Yeah, just a bit outside. Thibodeau wanted that one. Nevertheless, count 2-1 with 2 outs. Runners on first and second for the Warhawks. Still no action in the bullpen for anybody. That's a good sign. Pitchers are dealing today. There's ball 3 outside. Quimby just can't catch that outside corner enough for a strike. So he's fallen behind 3-1 now, after starting out Sire with a strike. 3-1 count here. There's a strike. That runs a count 3-2 now. So 3-2 count with 2 outs. Runners are going to be going on the pitch. Runners on first and second. They will be off on the pitch. Quimby checks everybody. There goes the runners, and that's going to be ball 4, way outside. Thibodeau knocked it down. It's a good thing. With the runners going, that ball get away from Thibodeau back to the backstop. We might have scored from second base. That's going to be the second walk of the inning for Quimby. Loading the bases now.
Play for Warhawks, number 35, Cooper Doman.
Catcher Cooper Doman is going to stand in. Quimby going to have a trip to the mound here by Brock Ward. We'll take a short break here while we have a mound visit. We'll be right back here on Sly 104. Tigers in a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the, or top of the 5th inning. All right, we are back. Umpire has walked out there, broke up the mound visit. Brock Ward returns to the dugout. Quimby in a little bit of trouble here. Bases loaded with 2 outs. 2 of those base runners coming compliments of walks. And the other one was a base hit, just barely out of the reach of the shortstop, or we'd be out of this inning. Bring up the 4-hole hitter, Cooper Doman, the catcher. Got to be careful with him. He's going to lift that ball over to right field, but it's going to be out of play over towards the dugout. No harm, no foul there. Doman, the second leading hitter for the Warhawks, only hitting .267 coming in today. Warhawks as a team only hitting .230 on the year. So Quimby ahead, 0-1 to Doman. Checks the sign, comes a pitch. That's strike 2. Called strike. So Quimby settled down after his mound visit with Brock Ward. What's the count? 0-2. Oh and 2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Quimby. That ball's lifted foul back against the screen. We're going to do it again, folks. So. Got a good crowd over here in the grandstand. Temperature must be dropping. People pulling out their coats and blankets a little bit. A little bit windy out here today. Here's the 0-2 pitch down in the dirt for ball 1. Flag's blowing straight out to center field today. No team has taken advantage of that except Josh Bauer. Quimby needs to keep the ball down here to Doman. 1-2 is the count. As Quimby checks the sign, comes in, and there's a line shot. That's going to be a foul ball. Just foul. Good thing for the Tigers, because that would have cleared the bases. Boy, that was a hot shot. Home plate umpire did a great job. He jumped right out there right away, called that foul. Good thing. With 2 outs, those runners are on their hop as soon as that ball is contacted. So nothing but a long strike for Doman. Count's going to stay 1-2. I don't think we need to throw that pitch again. Probably need to stay away from that one, huh? Doman flew out today. And then it was a fielder's choice. He's going to nub that one down towards first base. He almost swung and missed it. But he's lucky he didn't come back in. Count's going to remain 1-2. Umpire's going to check that ball. Looks like it's all right. I thought it may have been cut, hit the end of the bat there. So 1-2 the count. Got to be careful right here. There, ball. Lift that ball to center field. Peep's going to give it a run. He makes the catch in center field for out number 3, and Doman is not happy. He slammed his helmet down on first base, but Tigers get out of another bases-loaded jam. Brant Quimby on the mound dealing today. Tigers going to come to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, leading 3-0 here at Tart Field. We'll return on Sly 104.9 in just a minute. Welcome back, Tiger fans. Janet Montgomery on the call here. Bottom of the 5th inning, Tigers come to bat, leading 3-0. Tigers got out of another bases-loaded jam last inning. Tigers going to send up 3, 4, 5. Nemeth, Thibodeau, and Bauer. See if they can add a few more runs here. Starting pitcher Clay Slagle still on the mound for the Warhawks, as Nemeth takes the first pitch for ball 1. Tigers had runners on every inning here, just able to capitalize. Check swing. Check the umpire down at first base, and he said yes, he did. Not a very good effort there by Nemeth. So the count is 1-1. Another check swing. They said no, he did not. All right, 2-1 for Nemeth. Nemeth got hit by a pitch back in the 3rd inning, got on in the 1st inning by a fielder's choice. Nemeth scored back in the 3rd on the home run by Josh Bauer, which is why we are 3-0 right now. That's where this call stands. So counts 3-1 to Nemeth. Tigers looking for a base runner. He's going to lift that ball to center field. That's going nowhere. Coming hard. Oh, it fell in front of Nick Freeman. Thought Freeman had the catch there, but fell in front of him, so that's going to be a base hit. So base hit for Nemeth to center field. Gives the Tigers their 4th hit of the day, and once again, base runners this inning. 4-hole hitter Nick Thibodeau, the catcher, 0 for 1 today. He walked back in the 1st inning, struck out in the 3rd. Comes to bat now with the runner on first base and nobody out. And there goes Nemeth. Hit and run was on. Thibodeau fouled it off. So Nemeth's going to jog back to first base. Tigers had something going there. Thibodeau just couldn't get it down. Oh, 0-1 to count here to Thibodeau. Thibodeau had a little power in his bat. We could use that right now. Wind still blowing out straight to center field here. Ball's high. It's going to be ball 1. So 1-1 the count. Got 1-1 here to Thibodeau. Thibodeau's going to get a base hit into left field. And Neiman's going to go all the way first to third. Thibodeau pulls up into second base. Tigers with 2 on and nobody out here. Good base running by Jake Nemeth. Saw the whole play right in front of him there. Went first to third.
15, Josh Bauer.
Brings up Josh Bauer. Talked a little bit about his 3 RBIs back in the 3rd inning. Another opportunity for him. So Bauer stands in, runners on 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. Tigers got something going again. He's going to lift that ball in the center field. Freeman's going to come in, dive for it. He can't make the play. All runners are going to advance, and Bauer's going to be out at second base. Bauer tried to leg out a little extra base there, and that wasn't happening. But Tigers able to score a run. Thibodeau advances to third, and Nemeth scores on the base hit by Bauer. Bauer out at second base. Bauer's going to be out on the throw back behind him. So 1 run across here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brings up John Mitchell. John Mitchell has struck out twice today, once looking, once swinging. Still no action. Oh, looks like we got a little action in the Warhawk Bullhead finally. Mitchell fouls that one off. So looking back, they're going to give Thibodeau a single on that, advancing second on the throw. It's probably a good scoring right there. Bauer also got a single out at second base. So 1 out, 1 run in, and 1 on. That ball bounced out in front of the plate there. It was about a 57-foot fastball. Didn't get anywhere. So counts 1 and 2 to Mitchell. Runner at third is Thibodeau. Nemeth already in this inning. Tigers lead 4-0. Bottom of the 5th inning. It's a ground ball in the 5-6 hole for John Mitchell. He's going to round first, and Thibodeau trots home. There's another run across the plate for the Tigers. So Mitchell with the base hit and RBI today. Tigers now lead 5-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Shortstop Bryce Newman will be your batter. Newman 0 for 2 today. Fly out and a strikeout. Time to join the hit parade here. Tigers with only 6 hits in the ball game, but have had a ton of runners. Now we're going to have looks like we're going to have a powwow and a trip to the mound. Got some action down there in the bullpen. Not really sure who it is. We'll take this opportunity to stay here at the field, give you a little bit of information about what's going on campus this weekend. Talked about earlier, tomorrow, men's and women's tennis are going to square up against Shorter in a conference match. And then when that one's done, they're both going to play Blue Mountain. Women's tennis is 5-0 on the year. Men's tennis, 3-2. Also, softball and baseball will both have double headers tomorrow against Auburn-Montgomery. Both of those are starting at 1 o'clock. Softball's 8-4 on the year, 2-1 in the conference. Softball will then play the 3rd game of their doubleheader on Sunday at 1 o'clock against Auburn-Montgomery. But the big news of the day, tomorrow, women's basketball, opportunity to get in the Gulf South Conference tournament, which starts next week. First round games will be held on campuses of the first 4 seeds. Women's basketball will play at 2 o'clock, followed by the men's team, which will play at 4 o'clock. Men are tied for first place at 18-5, have guaranteed a home game next Tuesday. That game will be at 6:30 in Pruitt Hall. Get your tickets early. Expect a big crowd for that game. Men are playing. They have obviously they're tied right now for first place, playing for the clinch tomorrow. So it's a big game against West Florida. So we are back in action here. They're going to leave Slagle in the game. He throws back over to John Mitchell, who dives back in just safe. So we're back here, ready for play. Counts another throw back over to first base by Slagle. I don't know if they're just buying time while they're warming up somebody in the bullpen. Can't see who it is. Left-handed batter. A little dark down there with Warhawks wearing black tops, so can't really see the number. Bryce Newman squares the bunt, lays down a beauty. Slagle's going to pick it up. His only throw is going to be to first base for out number 2, so that's going to be a sacrifice bunt by Newman, moving Mitchell over to second base. So Tigers once again continuing to put runners in scoring position. So 2 outs on the sacrifice bunt by Newman. So 2 outs in the inning. Runner on second base as Mitchell brings up Houston Kitterman. Kitterman 0 for 2 on the day, but has been on base. Got on by an error back in the second inning. It's grounded out to the shortstop. Actually hit it to the shortstop twice. Once got on by the error, and once the shortstop made the play. He's going to hit another one to the shortstop. Shortstop goes back in the hole, steps, fires, not in time. Ball gets away from the first baseman, and here comes Mitchell all the way around from second base. Heads up base running with 2 outs. There was nothing stopping Mitchell. So once again, Kitterman is on by an error. It's not pretty, but he's on by the air, and that's going to be another run scored for the Tigers. Tigers have pushed across 3 runs this inning. Not all of it's been because of a base hit. So now it looks like we're going to have a pitching change as we've making a second trip to the mound. That's going to be the end of the day for Clay Slagle. Slagle pitched 4.2 innings. He gave up 7 runs. 6 of them. He gave up, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. He gave up 3 walks and 4 strikeouts on the day and 1 home run. So he will exit right now down 5-0. We're going to take a small break here and give you some more information when we know who the new pitcher is going to be on Sly 104.9. We are back here at Tart Field. Pitching change for the Warhawks. Tigers have pushed across 3 more runs this inning. A couple defensive miscues today for the Auburn-Montgomery Warhawks. Wade Chandler on the mound now for the Warhawks, making his 5th appearance on the year. He's pitched a total of 5 innings, giving up 6 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Couple extra base hits. Opponents hitting 261 off of Wade Chandler. So in there, it's 2 outs, and Houston Kitterman on the mound. Kitterman reached on an error once again. They're going to give that error, I believe, to the first baseman. No, to the shortstop, excuse me. So now we're checking the ball and the glove and the hat. Uh-oh. I can honestly say I haven't seen that. All the umpires out there checking to see what kind of substance he might have on there. Put his hat back on. Here comes the head coach out here. All 3 umpires looking at it. I don't know if that's something that the Tigers picked up and called, or if this young man's got a reputation for that. I'm not really sure. So I guess they're satisfied with what they checked out. Maybe it was just his actions that made it look suspicious. I'm not really sure, but okay, so there was a dark spot on the top of his hat, apparently, on the bill of his orange bill. But all things squared away now. Left-handed pitcher, Wade Chandler stands in. Here it's 2 outs, and runner on first. Colton Peoples is the the batter for the Tigers. He chops the first one fouled on the first base line. A lot of action here going on. Warhawks have committed 3 errors so far today. Tigers with 7 hits. Left a couple on each inning, but doing all right. 0-1 pitch to Peoples. Lefty on lefty here, something you don't usually see. That's low for ball 1. Following Peoples, you're going to have top of the order once again. It's 3rd time through the order so far for the Tigers, and we're only through the 5th inning. Peoples with a 1-1 count. He's the first batter to see new pitcher, Wade Chandler. That pitch is outside for ball 2. Tigers with 7 total hits so far today. Big one coming from Josh Bauer, a 3-run home run back in the 3rd inning. Huge hit right there. Put the Tigers on the board, and now the Tigers have added 3 more this inning. Take the lead 6-0 as Peoples turns on that pitch, fouls it off down into the bullpen to even the count at 2-2. Peoples 1 for 2 today. Had a bunt back in the 1st inning for a base hit. And got on by an error by the second baseman back in the 4th. So here's the 2-2 pitch. Runner goes. Peoples swings and misses. That's going to be out number 3. So in the inning, Tigers are able to put up 3 more runs on a couple hits. And now lead 6-0 here at the end of 5. We'll be right back here at Tart Field, top of the 6th inning on Sly 104.9.
The Warhawks, number 31, Casey Clark.
We are back here at Tart Field. Tigers leading 6-0 as the Warhawks come to bat in the top of the 6th inning. Clark, Dew, and Brannon due up for the Warhawks. Casey Clark, big base hit back in the 4th inning to lead off the inning, but was then doubled off when he left second base too early on a fly ball to right field, ending any hope that the Warhawks had that inning of putting some runs across the board. Bryant Quimby still on the mound for the Tigers. Quimby behind 2-0 quickly to Clark as he pitches here into the 6th inning. It's a strike. Pitch count now stands at 75 for him. Quimby's pitched 5 full innings, given up 4 hits so far today, 4 walks and 2 strikeouts in the 22 batters that he's faced. Behind in the count, 2-1. That ball's ripped to right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Mitchell gives chase to the wall on the warning track. But Clark pulls into second base with a stand-up double. So that's 2 hits on the day for Clark with the double. A little bit of action down in the Tiger bullpen as we started this 6th inning here. As mentioned earlier, Quimby's only thrown 8 innings all year in his 3 appearances before today, so it's kind of stretching him right now. Zach Dew, the batter, takes the ball for a strike. First pitch. Casey Clark on second base with a leadoff double. That's where we stand right now. The ball lifted up high, right field. John Mitchell is going to get underneath it. Almost missed it just a little bit. Fires it back into second base. Bryce Newman. Clark thought better of it leaving that time. Last time he was called out for leaving the base early on John Mitchell. Mitchell fires it back in. Kept him there at second base. So out number 1 recorded at right field. Brings up Brooke Brannon, designated hitter. Brannon 0 for 2 today, fly out to shortstop and a fly out to right field. Quimby on the mound here, pitching into the 6th inning. Strike 1 from Quimby. Got to be impressed with the effort he's given the Tigers today. Tigers got a long weekend, 2 more games tomorrow, a 9-inning and a 7-inning game. It's a lot of innings to play. And anytime you can keep your bullpen off the field, you got a lot better chance. It's a foul tip back into Thibodeau's glove for strike number 2. You always want your starting pitchers to get as many innings as you can. Rest that bullpen whenever you can. Get to your closer as quick as you can. So 0-2 to Brandon with 1 out here in the 6th inning. There's strike 3 looking. Got the inside corner on him. Brandon wasn't happy with it, but he's going to drag his back to the dugout and sit down.
Now the way for the Warhawks, number 11, Jared Wright.
So after giving up a leadoff double, Quimby has got 2 outs real quick. Brings up Jaron Wright, the left fielder. Wright walked his last at bat. Got all the way to third, and that was where he died. 1 for 2 today. He's going to swing on that one. Foul ball down the right field line here, right in front of the dugout. Somebody got on that real quick. Shortstop Clayton Phillips, 9-hole hitter, awaits his turn on deck. The 0-1 count from Quimby, outside, ball 1. Puts the count at 1-1 here. Quimby has given up 5 hits today. The double to lead off this inning is the only extra base hit he has allowed so far. Once again, just a little bit outside. Thibodeau doing a good job handling the catching duties today. So 2-1 the count to Wright. So Quimby's behind a little bit here with 2 outs. It's a swing and a miss. And leaving the count at 2-2. Jaron Wright pulled his head right out of there, looking down at the right field line. He was not going to touch that ball by any means. So 2-2 the count here. Jaron Wright with 2 outs. Runner at second base. There's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Quimby tries to make the play, and he can't do it. Ball's going to get all the way to Peoples. Runner's coming in, but there's not going to be a play at the plate. Knocked Quimby down almost. He makes that play. We're out of the inning, but unfortunately, it got all the way up the middle. And the Warhawks going to push a run across the plate on that base hit by Jaron Wright. So the goose egg is off the board. for the Warhawks. They put one across the plate here. Two hits in the inning for the Warhawks. Has allowed that run to score. Brings up the 9-hole hitter, Clayton Phillips. Sacrifice bunt and a strikeout. Takes strike one from Quimby.
Now for the Warhawks, number 19, Clayton Phillips.
Tigers leading 6-1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Starting to count the outs, I hope. There's a ground ball. Nope, that's going to get in the 5-6 hole, so back-to-back hits. Quimby looked at Thibodeau like, what was that call? I don't know. I think it might have been a miscommunication or a missed pitch. I'm not really sure. It's going to put runners on first and second with 2 outs. Brings up the top of the order for the Warhawks, Nick Freeman, center fielder.
Now the play for the Warhawks, number 2, Nick Freeman.
Nick Thibodeau's going to take a trip out there and try and get on the same page. As soon as that ball was hit into left field, Quimby kind of looked back at Thibodeau like they must have had a miscommunication on that pitch. Tigers still okay. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Out is at any base now on a ground ball. Quimby needs to settle down here. Get a ground ball out and get out of the inning and get back in the dugout. It's the 7th hit now for the Warhawks today. 3 of them coming this inning. Only 1 run across the plate for the Warhawks. But top of the order up with Nick Freeman. First pitch to Freeman is in there for a ball. Quimby checks the sign. He's checking the runners here, pitching out of the stretch. Tigers playing him straight away. Ball just a little bit outside. I think he wanted that one, and so did Thibodeau. That's going to be ball 2. Start struggling like that, you kind of look for those pitches and you hope you get them. Quimby's up to 91 pitches now in the game, so I got to think his time's about done. There's a strike from the lefty. 2-1. To Freeman. Tigers ready in the bullpen, I think, anytime. Trying to get Quimby to get through this inning here. That's a ball 3. So 3-1. Do not want to see Seaman up. Seaman's got 2 hits already today. He's 2 for 3. Don't want him coming to the plate with the bases loaded. Tigers really need this out right here. There's a strike. Quimby is battling. I'll give him that. He has done a great job. He's battling up there. So that's a full count. Runners are going to be in motion. Tigers got to get an out right here. Any base. Outfield's got to come up throwing. Know that runners are going on anything. On contact right here. And there goes the runners. That ball is fouled out of play. Rich gives chase down the third base line and can't make the play. Just outside the left field fence down past the dugout. It's kind of out you hope for in this situation. Quimby's got to dig deep and find another pitch in him right now. So the count goes 3-2 now. Here's the pitch. That's going to be ball 4. That is not what we needed right there, folks. Ball 4. So that's going to load the bases. Pitch was close, just not close enough, I guess. Brings up Seaman. The base is loaded. Coach Arundo's going to make a trip to the mound. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change here. Come back and give you the stat line on Quimby today when we return on SL 104.9 Sly. Welcome back, folks. Janet Montgomery on the call here. Pitching change for the Tigers. We'll send Jackson Wynn to the mound. We'll give you his line item here in just a minute. Bryant Quimby, the starter for the Tigers today, went 5.2 innings, gave up 7 hits on 1 run. 1 was earned, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Jackson Wynn on the mound is going to inherit the bases loaded. Wynn is 0-1 on the year. He's pitched 2.1 innings. He's given up 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. Opponent's hitting .250 off a win. He inherits a tough situation. Only good news is there's 2 outs. He just got to get 1. But he's going to face Jackson Seaman. Seaman 2 for 3 on the day. So here we go. Tigers in a little bit of a crux here with bases loaded and 2 outs. Jackson Wynn, let's see what you can do here, buddy. First pitch in is low. So Seaman ahead in the count, 1-0 already. It's ball 2, just low. Tigers don't need to walk anybody in, that's for sure. If you're going to make them earn it, let's go. They got to hit the ball. 2-0 the count with 2 outs from Wynn on the mound to Seaman. Bases are juiced. That's in there for a strike. Umpires continue to call that inside corner all day. That's probably a good thing for the Tigers. Wynn checks the sign. 2-1 to the count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Ground ball's going to get in the 3-4 hole. Nemeth makes a great play on a tough scoop and gets over to first base for the out. So Tigers get out of the inning on a ground out to first base. What a great play by Nemeth over there. That's a tough play. Could have taken a bad hop and would have been disaster for the Tigers. But instead, Tigers get out of the inning, only giving up 1 run. Tigers come to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning, leading 6-1 here at Tart Field on Sly 104.9. Welcome back, Tiger fans. Tart Field's place to be tonight. Great game going on here. Your Tigers leading 6-1 over the Auburn-Montgomery Warhawks.
Now the play for West Alabama, number 23, Kyle Vogler.
Both starting pitchers have been pushed from the game. Wade Chandler on the mound now. Came in last inning, got 1 out, as the Tigers had already scored 3 runs. Left-handed pitcher on the mound for the Warhawks. Tigers are going to send top of the order up Kyle Vogler. Vogler with 2 walks in the day and a fly out to center field is going to swing on the first pitch and foul it off to the right side. Tigers able to get out of that bases loaded jam in the top of the 6th inning after they made a pitching change. Jackson Wynn came in and got the out, did his job, as Vogler takes second pitch for a ball. Tigers 7 hits in the ball game so far on 6 runs. Only left 6 batters on the base. Vogler squares to bunt, lays on a bunt to the lefty. picks it up, forwards over to first base, and out. Bang, bang play. Volker's going to be out. Great play over there by Wade Chandler, who's left-handed, had to pivot all the way around and make the play for out number 1. Can't remember, last time I was at a baseball game, so many people bunting. It's generally not part of their ball game, but it's a lost start in the game of baseball. But today, these two teams have executed it nicely. Not always with base hits, but they've done a great job advancing runners with the bunt. Mike Rich going to stand in. He's going to swing on the first pitch. High hop to the first baseman down the line, who snags it and just jogs up and touches the base. Tigers not making Wade Chandler work very hard. He's thrown 3 pitches so far this inning. 4 pitches, excuse me. Brings up Jake Nemeth. Nemeth got hit by a pitch back in the 3rd and scored a run, and then took a base hit in the 5th inning and scored a run. 1 for 2 today for the Tigers. 2 runs scored. Swings on the first pitch. Tigers must see something in Wade Chandler because they are jumping all over the first pitch. That's 3 batters and 3 pitches swung at on the first pitch. Something in the scouting report has told them, get ahead of this guy early. He's going to swing on that one. It's a dribbler right over the pitcher, can't make it. Shortstop comes in, makes a fine play, but it's a bang-bang play at first base. Phillips over to Clark. And that's going to be out number 3 on the ground, out 6-3. So Tigers, for the first time all day, go 3 up, 3 down. A little impatient at the plate.
For the Tigers, no runs, no hits, no errors.
So at the end of 6, 6-1, your Tigers lead here at Tart Field. We'll be right back on Sly 104.9.
It brings people together, and that's what dominates. Now the way for the Warhawks, number 27, Brody Sire.
Welcome back to Tart Field. Janet Montgomery on the call here tonight. Tigers leading 6-1, top of the 7th inning of this 9-inning contest. Wade Jackson Wynn on the mound for your Tigers. 3-4-5 going to bat for the Warhawks. Sire, Doman, and Clark. Jackson Wynn. Second pitch in there to Sire for a strike. That leaves the count at 1-1. Wynn came out in relief of Quimby in the 6th inning. Got out of a tough jam. That was a great curveball right there for a strike. 1-2 the count to Sire. Sire, the right fielder, bats 3rd for the Warhawks. Behind in the count 1-2. Here's the pitch from Wynn. Outside for ball 2. Sire's 0 for 1 today. He walked back in the 5th inning, walked in the 1st inning. 2 of the walks that Quimby issued while he was on the mound. Here's the 2-2 count. Low one in the dirt, knocked it down. It was ball 3. So full count. Jackson Wynn. Tigers got action down in their bullpen. Not taking any chances with this lead. And there's a check swing, and they said, yes, he did. Sire threw his bat like he was going down to first base, and the home plate umpire rung him up. That's going to be a strikeout. Swinging is what that is.
Now to play for the Warhawks, number 35, Cooper.
Tigers will take it. Cooper Doman, catcher, had a great opportunity earlier in the game. Bases juiced and couldn't get anybody in. Grounded out on a great play by Jake Nemeth over there at first base to end the inning. Could have been disaster, but Nemeth made the play and got out of the inning. Takes the first pitch from Wynn for a called strike. There's strike two. Wynn not wasting any time out there. He said, we got places to be. It's Friday night. So the 0-2 count to Doman. From Wynn. He's going to swing and foul that one off. Count's going to remain 0-2. On deck, Casey Clark, first baseman. Clark with a couple hits today. We got to make sure we get Doman out. We don't want Clark coming up with anybody on. He's got a hot bat today. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Way outside. Give me ball one. Tigers return to action tomorrow, 1 o'clock, doubleheader. Same two teams going to square up. Finish out the other games 2 and 3 of this 3-game series. Weather's going to be great. A lot of action on campus tomorrow. So 1-2 pitch is swung on and popped up. Thibodeau gives chase back across the screen, and that's going to get out of play. So the count's going to remain 1-2. Talked a couple times today about how much is going on. It's one of those weekends we always have every February. Winter sports are still going on. Spring sports are going on. Everybody's going on playing at home today, tomorrow. Sunday, we'll find only softball with a single game. They're going to complete their 3-game series against Auburn-Montgomery on Sunday. There's a ball high up in the zone. Doman turns on it, drives it down the left field. Vogler hustles, but he's trying to leg it out to second base, and he is going to be out. I mean, out. He was not even close. Great relay by Vogler to Newman to Kitterman. Kitterman just sat there waiting on him, said, come on, come on. That's going to be out number 2. It's going to go as a base hit, obviously. He's going to be out on the throw. Tigers will take it. Great defensive play by the Tigers once again today. He's going to be out 7-6-4 on that play. It's a good thing. Casey Clark, hot bat, 2 for 3 today. Led off last inning with a double and scored on a Jaron Wright base hit. Clark also had a base hit back in the 4th inning, so Wynn is dealing out there right now. Counts 1-1 to Clark with 2 outs. As the Warhawks bat here in the top of the 7th inning. Clark squares the bunt and then pulls back. It's going to be a ball. 2-1 the count. Wynn has come in. Came in last innings. Pitch total of 1 total inning now. 3 outs. Pitched just inside. It's going to be ball 3. Came on in relief. Got out of the inning. Tigers were in a little bit of jam. Bryant Quimby with a stellar performance today on the mound. And there's a base hit lifted into deep right center field. We'll see if anybody makes chase. That ball lands in the, I guess it landed on the warning track. That's going to be a stand-up double. Second of the day for Casey Clark. Might have hit the fence. Can't really see out there. It's kind of dark. I'm looking through windows in a net, but good thing. Good thing Tigers got Cooper Doman out. The play before, that would have been a run scored. You don't want to give up runs late in the inning like this, late in the game. So with 2 outs, Casey Clark with a stand-up double to right center. Bringing up Zach Dew, third baseman. Dew 0 for 2 today. A couple fly outs. hard to see the ball here at night from the press box. Do the best we can. Just watch where the fielders go and see if they catch it, I guess. 1-0 the count from Wynn. That's outside for ball 2. Tigers leading 6-1 here in the top of the 7th inning. This game started at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Bright sunny skies, warm temperatures, cooling off just a little bit now. 2-0 pitch, curveball in there for a strike. So 2-1 the count. Jackson Wynn on the hill in relief. There's going to be a ground ball to opposite side, in-out swing to Jake Nemeth over there at first base, and he's going to take that step on the bag unassisted for out number 3. So Tigers give up 2 hits, get out of it with no runs scored. Tigers lead 6-1, coming into the bottom of the 7th inning. When we return to Tart Field on Sly 104.9. Welcome back to Tart Field. Bottom of the 7th inning, your Tigers come to bat, leading 6-1. Tigers going to send up 4, 5, 6. Thibodeau, Bauer, and Mitchell. See if they can add a run or 2 here in this contest. First game of a 3-game series in the GSC play this weekend between the Warhawks and your Tigers. Doubleheader to follow tomorrow, beginning at 1 o'clock. Same place, back here at Tart Field. Wade Chandler on the mound in relief. Left-handed pitcher for the Warhawks. Going to face Thibodeau. Thibodeau 1 for 2 today with a run scored. No RBIs. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. As Chandler tees it up for strike. So 1-1 to Thibodeau. Thibodeau been behind the plate all day for your Tigers. Josh Bauer waits his turn on deck. The 1-1 pitch from Chandler is going to be swung on and tapped foul. Thibodeau just swung over the top of that one, barely caught it. 1-2 the count now. Talked a little bit earlier about Thibodeau. His brother, Jonathan, played here for several years. He also was a catcher for the Tigers. He was a workhorse back there, that's for sure. 1-2 count to Thibodeau. Swing and a miss. Thibodeau swung right through that one. 1 up, 1 down here for the Tigers in the 7th inning on the strikeout by Thibodeau. Brings up Josh Bauer. Bauer 2 for 3 today. 4 RBIs to his credit. Had the big 3-run home run back in the 3rd inning. And had a base hit and an RBI in the 5th inning. See if he can't get something started here himself and let somebody drive him in. So we play in the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch to Bauer is a strike. Bauer, I said 4 RBIs on the day. Not a bad day for anybody, that's for sure. That pitch wide, just a bit outside. It wasn't even in the left-handed batter's box. I mean, the right-handed batter's box. So 1-1 the count to Bauer. Bauer came into the game with 5 RBIs and now has 9 on the year. Ties Mike Rich for the team lead. He's going to take that ball, slap it to the 5-6 hole. Warhawks played him perfectly. Third baseman was over in the 5-6 hole, and he just kind of lollygagged it over onto that play. Went off his glove over towards the shortstop. No play. We'll see how they rule that. That's going to be hit or an error. We'll find out in a minute for Bauer, but needless to say, Bauer's on first base. We're going to have a trip to the mound, and we're going to make a pitching change. He signaled to the bullpen, so we're going to take a short break here at Tart Field and come back and give you the pitching change when we return on Sly 104.9. Sorry about that, folks. Just tell me that I was muted, but we're good to go now. So Tigers pitching change was made. Levi Clark on in for the Warhawks. Blake Vineyard was batting or was running for the Tigers. He just got picked off at first base. So John Mitchell stands in. He's going to walk. It's unfortunate we just had that pickoff because now we just replaced him with another runner. Tigers with 2 outs. Brings up shortstop Bryce Newman. John Mitchell on first base. I think we just made another. We may have made another running change out there. Can't see the number right now. Somebody running at first base. I saw Mitchell walk to the dugout. Let's see who it is. So 2 outs, and Bryce Newman is your batter. Got a pinch runner at first base. Catcher Cooper Doman's going to take a walk out there and have a little talk with Levi Clark, make sure everybody's on the same page. Newman on the day. 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt back in the 5th inning, advancing some runners, which were then able to score. So the count is 0-0 with 2 outs to Bryce Newman. I believe we have a runner at first base for John Mitchell, but I can't really tell right now. And now we're going to have a pitching change maybe? A lot of slowness going on. This game was moving along great. Now here we are in the 7th inning, nothing happening. So, yep. Looks like he's taking the ball. Yep, we're going to make a pitching change here, folks. So we're going to take a short break, come back and give you some lineup changes here at Tart Field on Sly 104.9. All right, welcome back, folks. Pitching change. We finally found out who the runner is at first base. Lane Domino is running for John Mitchell at first base with 2 outs. Pitching change has M.J. Galloway on the mound, listed as an outfielder on the lineup, but he is on the mound. Houston Kitterman is the... No, I'm sorry. Bryce Newman. Bryce Newman is batting for the Tigers. Newman, second pitcher he has seen. Toss over there to first base by M.J. Galloway. Runner goes. Ball gets by the catcher. Domino's going to be at second base standing up. Ball got by the catcher here. Galloway is listed, Mario Galloway is listed on the roster as an outfielder, but he's 1-0 on the year with 3 appearances in 1.2 innings pitched. He's given up 1 hit, 3 runs, 2 of them were earned, and 4 walks. So he has been on the mound a little bit, even though the roster does not indicate that he's a pitcher. So MJ's a senior on the Warhawk squad from Montgomery, Alabama. Played at Coastal Alabama South Community College. There's another pitch in there to Newman, who squares and pulls it back. Runs the count to 3-0 now to Newman. As we play here, bottom of the 7th inning. Tigers still leading 6-1 with 2 outs. Pitch from Galloway is going to be high. Oh, nope, excuse me. Strike. Looked a little high, but what do I know? Strike 1. 3-1 the count now. Houston Kitterman on deck. I think we got all the changes squared away now here. There's a swing and a miss by Newman. So the count is now full at 3-2 with 2 outs. Runner on second base is Lane Domino. Assuming Domino will stay in the game and there'll be some shifting of the outfielders. We'll check that for you defensively when we return to play. The Tigers take the field back in the 8th inning. 3-2 pitch from Galloway. Hits him. I guess it was a hit him or a check swing or a ball 4. I'm not sure which, but he has walked. So Tigers with 2 runners on. Compliments of 2 back-to-back walks from different pitchers. Brings up Houston Kitterman. Kitterman's been on base twice today. Compliments of errors. He's had 3 balls hit to the shortstop area. Twice they failed to make the play for him. Put him on the base. So 2 outs, 2 on. Bottom of the 7th inning here. This 9-inning contest today. Kitterman, your batter. Colden Peoples on deck. M.J. Galloway on the mound. First pitch high for ball 1. Same 2 teams go at it tomorrow. Tigers like to pick up a victory here, so they got the edge going into the final 2 games tomorrow. Need a conference win to even their record. Kitterman swings right through that one to even the count. Tigers 1-2 in conference play so far. Picked up a win last Sunday against West Georgia. Dropped the first 2 games to West Georgia. Still early in the conference race. A lot of games to play. Tigers will play 3-game series with Christian Brothers next weekend here at Tart Field. Weather permitting, of course. There's a called strike. Galloway just seems to rear back and throw gas, doesn't he? Right down the gut. Much to it. 1-2 is the count. Looking for somebody to square up that fastball. That's what we need right here. Get this run back we gave away. The 1-2 pitch to Kitterman. He swings right through that one. That's going to be strike 3. And that's going to do it for the Tigers here in the inning. Tigers got a couple runners on, but can't push anything across the plate. So at the end of 7 here at Tart Field, your Tigers lead 6-1 over Auburn-Montgomery. We come back here, we'll be at the top of the 8th inning. Auburn-Montgomery comes to bat on Sly 104.9.
On May 8th.
Top of the 8th inning here at Tart Field. A couple defensive changes for your Tigers. Lane Domino is going to stay in the game after pinch running for John Mitchell and play center field. Colden Peoples will then move from center to play right field, where Mitchell had been playing. And on the mound, Gates P takes over for Jackson Wynn, who had come in earlier in relief. Gates P, making his 6th appearance on the year, has pitched 4 innings for your Tigers, giving up 6 hits in those 4 innings. The line on Jackson Wynn, 1.1 innings pitched with 2 hits given up and 1 strikeout. Came in a tough situation for the Tigers. Bases loaded and was able to get out of it back in the 6th inning. So Gates P is going to face 7, 8, 9 for the Warhawks. See if there's any type of other changes. We'll have to pay attention to the batters coming to the plate now. Listen to see who they announce. Brooks Brannon should be the batter.
Number 25, Brooks Brannon.
Brooks Brannon, the DH for the Warhawks, 0 for 3 today. A couple flyouts and a strikeout looking back in the 6th inning. It's going to stand in, followed by Jaron Wright and Clayton Phillips. First pitch from Gates P is a ball. Low and outside to Brannon. Just swing and a miss. Even the count at 1-1. Once again, no broadcast for baseball tomorrow as the radio equipment will be at basketball. Jason Garner will have the call tomorrow. Jason coming back out of retirement on the call. It's going to be a poke out into right field. Brannon just poked his bat out there, threw it into right field. And that's where the base hit's going to be. So another hit for the Warhawks. It's going to be number 9 for the Warhawks so far. It's going to be a pinch runner at first base. Looks like maybe number 10 running. Can't really tell, but there's been a runner.
Pinch running for the Warhawks, number 10, Will Collins.
Yep, number 10, Will Collins is going to be the runner at first base. P is going to snap throw over there. So Warhawks looking to get anything done they can on that pinch runner over there. Warhawks down by 5, 6 outs to play. The runner on first base, P scared a bunt by Jaron Wright. Pulls it back. Ball 1. Got to imagine that Tigers are trying to count outs right here. 6 outs is what they need. Call it a game. Every out matters now. It's ball 2 from P. So Warhawks with a runner on first base and nobody out as they play here in the 8th inning. Your Tigers lead 6-1. The 2-0 pitch is outside for 3-0. P just all around the edges, but it can't get anything to get called for a strike. Snap throw over to first base, safe back in time. As Colin dives back in. Wind's still blowing out there. Looks like it's still blowing out to center field. I'd imagine it's getting a little cool for those people out there who came out when it was sunny. Wind off the lake here at Tart. We all know how that is. That's a pitch inside. Got right by Thibodeau, hit the backstop, fortunately, and came straight back. That's a 4-pitch walk for P. So now the Warhawks have runners on first and second base with nobody out. This is not how the Tigers envisioned the 8th inning starting, I'm sure, with a 5-run lead. We're going to trip to the mound here by Brock Ward. Try and settle some things down. Once again, Tigers looking for 6 outs. Call this thing a game here. I'll throw you back to the station here for a short commercial and be right back here at Tart Field on Sly 104.9. All right, home plate umpire has made a trip to the mound. He signaled that's their one trip. Brock Ward is on his way back to the dugout. Have to imagine Brock Ward may have been stalling just a little bit and waited for the umpire to come out there as there's action in the bullpen for the Tigers, trying to close out this first game of the series. Number 19, Clayton Phillips, shortstop, is your batter with nobody out. Runners on first and second. Warhawks trailing 5-0 here, top of the 8th inning. SP comes in there with another ball. Struggling just a bit to find the strike zone here. One 1-0 count here. That ball is high. 2-0. That's 6 straight balls here for Gates P on the mound. I think that was what the staff envisioned when they threw him out there here in the 8th inning. Needless to say, Tigers got a little battle here to get out of this thing. Maintain the lead here. A couple innings to play. Want to get this victory. The 2-0 pitch. It's going to be in there for a strike. Gates P with a curveball for strike 1. It's got to help his confidence there just a little bit. One run, 10 hits, 4 errors for the Warhawks. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for your Tigers as we play here in the top of the 8th inning. Another ball in the dirt. Thibodeau did a good job knocking it down. Not to get by. 3-1. Top of the order coming up. Not where Tigers want to be, that's for sure. Absolutely not. Nick Freeman at the top of the order. And you got a couple guys that got some hits up there today. Just waiting. One of those times is going to get through and it's going to do some damage. Tigers got to get out of this before those guys come to bat. There's a strike. A little bit inside. Phillips didn't like it. Tigers will take it. That's for sure. A full count now. Tigers need a ground ball double play right here. Counting outs as we get late in this game. The 3-2 pitch from P is going to be swung on and fouled up out of play. That's going to get off the roof of the press box, or off of the dugout over there. So the count's going to remain 3-2. Gates P battling out there, nobody out. He's given up a base hit and a walk so far this inning. Here's the payoff pitch, and there's a ball hit to deep left field. Vogler gives chase. He dropped the ball or something. I'm not really sure what happened. Or I guess he caught it. My bad. He did catch it. Couldn't really tell. It was turning around a little bit dark out there. Phillips is walking back to the dugout, so I guess that is an out, but the runners advance on the play. Now we're going to check and see if he tagged up, and they said yes, he did. So the runners advanced to third and to second base, but we got one out. It's going to be a fly out to left field. Brings up the top of the order, Nick Freeman, the center fielder. Freeman has walked twice today. Struck out and flied out to third base. So Tigers one out closer to closing this game out here. Runners are on second and third with one out. Really, when you think about it, those runs mean nothing. Tigers got to get some outs here. There's a strike from Gates P. Never want to see runs scored, but you got to start counting outs and getting the win. You can talk about how they scored late in the game later on. Win is more important right here than any statistics. I'm sure any coach will tell you that. Here's the 0-1 count as P checks the runner at third. That's high and outside for ball 1. Have to think the Tigers are trying to get into a closer situation and a save. It's not a save situation, so I'm sure we're not going to see stretch anytime soon. Although if these runs are given up, we might. There's a swing and a foul ball. It's going to end up in the water back here behind the third base dugout. So Nick Freeman is now in the hole, 1-2. Ryan Cram still on foul ball duty. Brought a couple more baseballs out here to the umpire. 1-2 the count with one out. Runners on second and third for the Warhawks. There's going to be a little tap. That ball's going to get to Peep's going to make the play. No tag. Peeps with a good throw in. Neiman cuts it off. That's going to be out number 2. So that was a little flare out there to right field. Tigers had Freeman played perfectly. Came in and Peoples threw a bullet into the infield. It was cut off by first baseman. The runners are not able to advance. So 2 outs now in the 8th inning, bringing up Jackson Seaman, second baseman. Got a couple hits on the day. A couple putouts by the first baseman by himself. He's 2 for 4 on the day. First pitch in there for a strike from Gates P.
The Warhawks, number 1, Jackson Seaman.
Gates P settled down here now just a little bit. Still got a little bit to get out of this inning, but he's ahead in the count, 0-1 with 2 outs and runners on second and third. Ball's going to be lifted up into center field. Domino gets under it and makes the play for out number 3. So your Tigers get out of the inning after giving up a leadoff base hit and a walk. Gates P settles down and gets out of the inning. Your Tigers come to bat in the bottom of the 8th inning, leading 6-1 here at Tart Field on Sly 104.9. We are back. Tart Field, your Tigers coming to bat in the bottom of the 8th inning, leading 6-1, excuse me. Pitching change for the Warhawks one more time. Tommy Vickers on the mound. Don't have a lot of information on Tommy. He's only pitched .2 innings this year. Doesn't give me a whole lot of information. I do know that he is a left-handed pitcher. Vickers comes out of 5'11". He's a senior out of Phoenix City, Alabama, played at Central High School. Vickers will be the 5th pitcher for the Warhawks tonight in the first game of this 3-game series. MJ Galloway, line on him was .1 inning pitched. He gave up 1 walk and 1 strikeout in his time on the mound. Brings up Vickers. Tigers take care of business. This may be their last at bat, knock on wood. Tigers going to send up 9-1-2. Colden Peoples, Kyle Vogler, and Mike Rich are the batters in the bottom of this 8th inning here for the Tigers. Once again, left-handed pitcher against left-handed hitter here.
Now the play for West Alabama, number 1, Colden Peoples.
Colden Peoples 1 for 3 today. Been on base twice, got on by an error on the second baseman. Got a base hit, his first at bat on a bunt. He takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Tigers won't be opposed, I'm sure, to put a few more on the board and secure this win. Warhawks down to the final 3 outs in the 9th inning when we get done here. As Peoples lifts that ball into right center. And he dropped it or lost it. Did he catch it? No. No. They thrown it back in. So I guess it was a catch. Not really sure who caught that. If that was caught by the right fielder or center fielder, needless to say. Looked like he had dropped it, but it's going to be out number 1 for the Tigers. Now we're going to make another pitching change here. So Tommy Vickers came in, did his job for 1 out. We're going to throw you to commercial here as we get a change and someone trots in from the bullpen for the Warhawks. Be right back here at Tart Field on Sly 104.9. We are back here at Tart Field. Pitching change for the Warhawks. We'll send out number 18, Daniel Swastik. Hope I said that right. I'll have to check the pronunciation after a while. Swastik has only appeared in, this will be his 4th appearance on the mound. Right-handed pitcher for the Warhawks. 6-foot senior from Hoover, Alabama, played at Shelton State Community College. He's going to face top of the order with 1 out. Vogler, Rich, and but he gets on base, Jake Nemeth. Tigers with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, leading 6-1. Swastik takes the mound. First pitch to Vogler is outside for ball 1. Mike Rich, third baseman, awaits his time. He's on deck for the Tigers. There's a swing and a miss by Vogler to even the count at 1-1. Same 2 teams back at it tomorrow at 1 o'clock right here at Tart Field. Vogler lifts that one on a play for strike 2. Here's the pitch. Oh, there's a drive into left center field. It's going to base hit for Vogler. He's going to try and stretch that into 2, and he is safe. Good hustle by Vogler there. That ball was right in front of him the whole way in left center field. He just legged out a double.
Number 3, Mike Rich.
That was great running by Vogler there. Tigers need that right there. I'm not really sure what center fielder Nick Freeman was doing. I guess they didn't anticipate the speed of Vogler. But that's what happens with speed. They took advantage of it, and that brings up Mike Rich now. Opportunity for the base hit's going to score one here for the Tigers. Another insurance run here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch to Rich. He takes that one for a called strike. Mike Rich 1 for 4 today with a run scored. Scored back in the 3rd inning on that home run by Josh Bauer that got the Tigers on the board. He got this thing started. There's the pitch from Swatik. Outside for ball 1. Vogler, your runner at second base. Getting a good lead. Shortstop's checking him behind him, though. Big gap in the 5-6 hole if Rich can drive it in there. I'm pretty sure, and he's going to pop that one up. It's going to get down the left field line and out of play. So Rich behind in the count, 1-2. Rich able to drive the ball into left center. I'm pretty sure Vogler's going to round it and come on home, take a chance. He's got great speed out there. Shortstop is playing way up the middle. Third baseman on the line. There's a big hole in the 5-6 hole for Rich if he can take an outside pitch that way. Center fielder is shading slightly to right. It's another foul ball by Rich. Count's going to remain 1-2 with 1 out. Nemeth, your batter, on deck, waits his turn. Here's a 1-2 pitch from Swastik. He's going to lift it into left field. That ball's going to get down for a base hit. Here comes Vogler. He's rounding third, but they're going to hold him up because that was a short little dump into left field by Rich, but he did exactly what I thought he was going to do. Vogler just not able to score, and Coach Jacoby Robinson held him up at third. No sense making an out at home, but when you got your 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. So Rich gets his second hit of the day, advancing Vogler to third base. Tigers got something going here in the 8th inning as they lead 6-1 with 1 out. Your batter is Nemeth, first baseman. Nemeth is 1 for 3 today. Got hit by a pitch back in the 3rd inning and scored on the home run and just got hit again. So Nemeth is going to load the bases. Nemeth got hit on his backside there. Vogler was on his way down home, but had to go back because it was a hit by pitch. So bases loaded now for the Tigers in the 8th inning. Nick Thibodeau, 1 for 3. Sure like to take the opportunity to drive a run in right here, even a sacrifice fly, anything. Tigers only 1 out, and that was the first out of the inning on the fly ball. Out to right center by Peoples. Bases loaded here with Thibodeau. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Tigers a great opportunity right here to put a couple insurance runs on the board. Thibodeau swings and misses on that one. A strike 2. Your on-deck batter is going to be Blake Vineyard. He came in to run for Josh Bauer back in the 7th inning. He is going to be now the DH of record. He is on deck right now. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Thibodeau. Check swing. No, he did not. Be ball 1. Base hit right here may score 2. Auburn-Montgomery playing pretty deep out there in the outfield. Center field shaded slightly to right field. They're playing Thibodeau off the line in left. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Yeah, strike 3 looking. That is not what the Tigers had in mind for strikeout. It's going to be second out of the inning now with bases loaded. Bringing up Blake Vineyard for his first at-bat of the day. Vineyard comes into the game today hitting .276 for the Tigers, having started 8 games. He's got 2 doubles to his credit, and that'll be a great time for another one. Any kind of contact that we can get the ball in the outfield is going to score a couple runs. Batters will be going on contact. Check swing in the dirt, and he said yes, he did. Vineyard swung at a bad pitch right there. 0-1 the count with 2 outs. Tigers have left 8 runners on so far today. 6 runs on the board so far. That ball's going to be lifted into right center. Looks like center fielder Nick Freeman's going to slide over and make the catch. So a wasted opportunity by your Tigers. Bases loaded with 1 out, and they can't get anybody home. So that's going to do it for us here in the bottom of the 8th inning. When we return to Tart Field, Auburn-Montgomery comes to bat. The top of the 9th inning, trailing 6-1 on Sly 104.9.
Because we're committed to
Top of the 9th inning here at Tart Field. Your Tigers leading 6-1, trying to close out this first game of the series. Pitching change for the Tigers is going to find Brent Turley on the mound, number 30. Turley's making his 5th appearance for the Tigers. He's pitched in 4.2 innings so far, giving up 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Tigers aren't counting on him to close this game out here, and Tigers can even their conference record at 2-2 with a victory here tonight.
Now the play for the Warhawks, number 27, Brody Seiler.
Warhawks going to send up the meat of their order, 3-4-5, Brody Sire. He's the batter. Sire 0 for 2 today with 2 walks. Takes the first pitch from Turley for a strike. Tigers looking to count outs right now. Every ounce important. I know they're going to be elated if they can get out of this game. That's a ball. Ball 1. Auburn-Montgomery, 1 run on 10 hits and 4 errors. They've left 13 runners on base today. There's ball 2 from Turley. Your Tigers, 6 runs on 9 hits, no errors, and they've left 11 runners on base. Been a lot of action on the bases. Nobody could close it out, though. That's 3-0, or 3-1, I guess. So after a leading strikeout, Turley's come back with 3 straight balls. Don't need to walk the lead off here. The meat of the order up. Here's the 3-1 count, and that's, I think he held on to that one just a little too long. That's going to be ball 4. Another walk issued by the Tigers today. Brings up the catcher, 4-hole hitter, Cooper Doman.
For the Warhawks, number 35, Cooper Doman.
One for 4 today for Doman. Had a base hit back in the 7th inning and then was thrown out at second base trying to stretch it into a double. Turley starts him off with a curveball for a strike. Same way he started Sire off, but that didn't end very well, did it? The 0-1 pitch to Doman is a swing and a miss for strike 2. Casey Clark is scheduled to be the hitter. I can't see if anybody else is on deck right now. My view is obstructed from that part of the field. The 0-2 pitch from Turley is outside for ball 1. Tigers trying to close this game out, leading 6-1 here. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Turley outside. Thibodeau knocks it down. Sire thought about taking off for second base, but came back. Thibodeau knocked it down, so that evens the count at 2-2. Turley struggling a little bit here around the plate. Just trying to get some balls in play here, and let your defense work for you here. Make an out. Close out this game. So the 2-2 pitch from Turley is fouled off. So the count remains 2-2 with nobody out. Brody Sire is your runner at first base. He walked to lead off the inning. There's a curveball from Turley. Nice curveball. Doman barely got his bat on it. Nubbed it over here to Ryan Cram, who hustles over and makes the play. Gets back to his seat. Ryan Cram doing a great job every day, making sure the umpires have baseballs when they need them. 2-2 pitch from Turley. That's swung on. Mike Rich with a line drive stab. Gets up. And fortunately, Sire gets back to the bag, or we would have had a bang-bag double play. Doman smoked that ball towards Mike Rich, and he makes a great play, but cannot get up and throw it back. Sire get back to first base just in time. So 31, Casey Clark. Boy, been the toughest out of the day for the Tigers. 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. He has been the mainstay in their offense. He's going to be a tough out right here. Got to be careful with him around the plate. Turley starts him off with the ball, high and outside. Tigers down 2 outs. Close this game out here. Not like I'm counting. Old coach in me is coming out. Just want to count the outs. Got to get to the outs now. 1-1 the count from Turley with 1 out, a runner on first. Here's the pitch to Clark. Strike 2. Clark, a left-handed batter. Didn't like that one. Three for 4 for Clark, but no RBIs to his credit. He did score the only run of the day for the Warhawks. He takes the second pitch. Takes the next pitch for a ball. So the count is now 2-2. To Clark. Turley's pitch. He's going to tap that one to Mike Rich, pick it up. He's going to take it over to first base, get the sure out. Didn't really have a play at second base there. Ball was hit kind of slowly to Mike Rich at third base. Made the wise choice once again, counting the outs, throw it over to first base, get a solid out, and move on. Sire does go down to second base on the ground out, so the Warhawks do have a runner at second base. Zach Dew, number 21, the third baseman, will be the batter with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. First pitch from Turley is in there for a called strike. Tigers starting to feel it now in the dugout. Ryan Cram getting excited down there. Here's the 0-1 pitch, just a bit outside. Turley trying to nip and tuck the corners there and missed. So we're going to have a 1-1 count here with 2 outs and a runner on second base. Warhawks down to their final out. There's a ground ball foul by Dew. Warhawks now down to their final strike. Turley on the mound trying to close it out for the Tigers. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be lifted into center field, probably going to get down for a base hit. Yep, that's going to score a run. Ball's going to get back in. Dew just reached out and threw his bat at that one. Ball got up over second baseman and just dropped into short center field there. So Dew's going to get a base hit. Game is not over yet. And on the play, Sire's going to score from second base. It's giving the Warhawks their second run of the day. Score now 6-2 with 2 outs for your Tigers.
Correction, Cole Kehoe.
Got a pinch hitter up here now. The runner takes off and goes. That's going to be a stolen base. So Warhawks aren't going by quietly, are they? Another runner in scoring position. Number 8, Cole Kehoe, is your batter. Kehoe's got a count here. I don't know if it's 1-1 or, yep, 2-0. There you go. Kehoe with the 2-0 count. Kehoe's had 3 at-bats all year long. There's ball 3 inside. So 3-0. Warhawks making it interesting. Turley's behind again in the count, 3-0. There's a called strike inside. Long way back for Turley yet. He's still behind 3-1. Warhawks down to their final out in this game. They're not going by quietly. 6-2 is the score. Your Tigers leading here. There's a ball fouled out of play. It's going to count at 3-2 now. Tigers looking for one more strike. 3-2 count with 2 outs and a runner at second base. The pitch from Turley is outside for ball 4. It's going to be a second walk of the inning for Turley. Really no harm, no foul there. runner at second base can't advance, and now it's a force. It's not a bad walk. Brings up Jaron Wright, left fielder.
For the Warhawks, number 11, Jaron Wright.
Jaron Wright's walked twice today and had 2 base hits. He's 2 for 2. He's also got an RBI. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Oh, 2 the count. Jaron Wright down to his last strike. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Turley. Ball's foul out of play. Warhawks with 11 hits in the game today. 11 for 33 on the day. Tigers with 9 hits, 9 for 33 so far in this contest. Tigers lead 6-2, 0-2 count with 2 outs. Just missed outside on that curveball. Count's going to be 1-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 6th batter Turley has faced this inning. Tigers looking for 1 more out, 1 more strike. Call it a day here. It's going to be a ground ball. Turley's going to come up, make the play. Is he going to make the throw in time? No, he's going to bobble it. I've got to believe that's going to have to go as an error. Turley had every chance right there. And he bobbles the ball when he picked it up, not once but twice. That's going to load the bases. We'll see how that's scored, but I'd have to think that's going to be an error. They're going.
Now the play for the Warhawks, number 19, Clayton Phillips.
All right, we are at the 9-hole hitter. If ever there's an out the Tigers need, it's right now. And Brock Ward's going to make a trip to the mound here. Have a little talk. So we're going to take a small break right here. Try and close this game out when we return to Tart Field on Sly 104.9. All right, we're back here at Tart Field. Brock Ward's still on the mound. I guess now they're calling the trainer out. Not really sure what's going on. Home plate umpire's out on the mound, as well as Brent Turley, the pitcher, Thibodeau, the catcher. And now they've called out the athletic trainer, Hudson Burns, to look at something. I'm not really sure what. Turley had just made the play before. He had bobbled the ball, dropped it a couple times, did not make the play. That's going to win as an error for the Tigers, but Hudson Burns seems to be looking at his hand, his wrist, his finger. Now here comes Coach Rundles. He's signaling. They do have people up in the bullpen. I don't know, they may make a change right here. Find out what's wrong with Turley. I don't know, blister, not really sure what. Arm, not really sure what's wrong with him. Still looking at him. Hate to speculate because did not see anything. Coach Reynolds has now indicated to the bullpen we're going to make a change. So find out who's coming in here in just a second. So we're going to make a bullpen change here. They have signaled to the bullpen twice, but no one has made an effort to come out of the bullpen. Not really sure who it is. So Brent Turley's going to leave the game. Turley pitched .2 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned, 2 walks, and is responsible for all 3 runners out there on the mound. And it looks like we're going to see stretch. Brenton Thiels is going to be on the mound for the Tigers. See if we can get a number on Thiels. Thiels number 41 is going to be the pitcher. So I'll give you a little more information on that. Tigers just looking for one more out right here. Brent Turley has been relieved of his duties. Apparent injury of some sort, not really sure. As they came out and looked at him. So we're going to see number 41, Brenton Thiels, right-handed pitcher for the Tigers. Brenton Thiels checks in at 7'0". That's right, folks, 7 foot tall. He's from Otis, Louisiana. Played at Barton County Community College. Talked to Mr. Thiels a couple times on campus through the year, and he assures me that he has never played basketball at 7 foot. So Thiels has come in here, is going to face the 9-hole hitter, Clayton Phillips. On the year, Thiels has got a 2.31 earned run average. He's appeared in 4 contests and pitched 7.2 innings, giving up 5 hits, 2 runs. Both of those were earned with 2 walks and 10 strikeouts. He does have the only save on the year for the Tigers, which I assume that's why he is in this situation right here. So while we wait for him to get warmed up, I'm going to give you a wrap-up one more time of the activities tomorrow on campus. Starting at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, both the men's and women's tennis teams will take on Shorter University at the tennis courts over by the Student Union building. After the Shorter match, they will both take on Blue Mountain, so they're playing a doubleheader, I guess, in tennis tomorrow. At 1 o'clock, UWA Tigers will be back here at Tart Field against Auburn-Montgomery for games 2 and 3. There'll be a doubleheader starting at 1 here. Softball will play Auburn-Montgomery at 1 o'clock over at the softball fields. That will be games 1 and 2 of their 3-game series. At 2 o'clock, women's basketball will tip off against West Florida. Women's basketball looking for a chance to get into the conference tournament. A couple of last places of the 8 teams that make it are still available and up for grabs. Tigers hoping to get one of those. At 4 o'clock, men's basketball, or within 30 minutes following the women's basketball game, they will tip off against West Florida. Men are tied for first place at 18-5 in the conference, looking to win the conference outright or at least a share of the regular season title before they head off. Men have clinched an opening round host opportunity for the Gulf South Conference. That will occur on campus next Tuesday night at 6:30 in Pruitt Gym. Get your tickets early at Hometown Tickets. Everyone must buy a ticket, as this is a Gulf South Conference matchup, not a UWA contest. So we are ready to go here in the top of the 9th inning. Just to give you a little recap, Tigers lead 6-2. Top of the 9th inning with 2 outs. Bases are loaded. Brenton Thiels on the mound in relief of Brent Turley. He is facing Clayton Phillips. And he comes in there with the first pitch for a strike. Actually, I think we have a pinch hitter up there. Number 30-something is batting. And I don't think 36, I think, is batting. They do not have him registered, whoever that is. Levi Clark. No, he was a pitcher earlier. Maybe 30. It's really hard to see the numbers. Maybe 38. Jake Spivey, maybe? I hate to guess. 38. 38 is the number. Jake Spivey. Spivey's 1 and 2. He has swung right through 2 pitches from Thiels. So, once again, Auburn-Montgomery down to their final out, final strike. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Thiels. That's going to be strike 3. And your Tigers win, folks.
And that is your ball game.
Thiels comes in,
West Alabama 6,
gets the last strikeout.
2.
Your Tigers take the win, 6-2 over Auburn-Montgomery.
Be sure to collect all of your belongings.
Tigers go to 2-2 in the conference.
Always, go Tigers.
4-7 overall on the year. Auburn-Montgomery drops to 4-10 on the year and 2-2 in conference. 2 runs, 11 hits, 4 errors for your Auburn Warhawks today. 6 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for the Tigers. Same 2 teams square off tomorrow, 1 o'clock. The game will not be on Sly 104. Please catch it on Live Stats, as basketball will be broadcast on Sly 104 tomorrow. This is Jen Montgomery. It's been my opportunity and pleasure to serve you tonight. And go Tigers.